Hello everybody and welcome to class. My name's Ollie. Thank you for joining me here on YouTube today and welcome to this functional power vinyasa flow. Today we're going to be getting super creative as we combine traditional poses with some more new age transitions that I personally like to incorporate in my own practice and I think you guys will really enjoy. So there will be some challenging moments in today's practice, and when those challenging moments arise, which they inevitably will, remember to stay with the breath. Try your hardest to stay with me, but if you need to take a break, then feel free to just press pause, come down into a child's pose, and come back to the class whenever you're ready. And then once we're finished with the physical aspect of the practice and the body's feeling nice and warm, we'll come down onto our yoga mats and we'll finish off with some breath work and a nice, long, guided meditation. As always, if you enjoyed today's class, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe so you never miss a video, and if you want the full 90-minute version of this class, then click the link in the bio below, head over to my Patreon, where all of my classes are at least 1 hour long, and you also get access to exclusive classes that you won't find here on YouTube. So now all that's out of the way and everything is said and done, we're going to go ahead and get started in a comfortable seated position. So I'm going to sit on my heels in a hero's pose. If you want to sit cross-legged, that's perfectly fine. If you want to grab a cushion or a bolster or some yoga blocks to put beneath the hips, then go ahead and do that now. Either way, we want to sit up nice and tall. Ground down through the hips, hold the head up high and close down the eyes. Place the hands down on the knees wherever's comfortable. And then all together, let's take a deep inhale through the nose, fill the lungs all the way up. And then exhale out the mouth, let it go. And then before we start to move, we're going to really settle in by doing some breath work, a few rounds of pause breathing. So if you're new to this kind of breath work, it's pretty simple. All we're going to do is inhale through the nose for a count of 4, hold at the top, exhale out the nose for a count of 4, hold at the bottom, and repeat onwards like that. But just to make sure we're all on the same rhythm, all together, let's take a deep inhale through the nose, fill the lungs all the way up to capacity. And then exhale out the mouth, let it go. Seal the lips, and let's begin. Inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's add an extra second as you inhale for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top of the inhale, and then exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take one more inhale. And then exhale out the mouth, let it go. Keeping those eyes closed, take an inhale and circle the hands all the way up to the sky. Maybe the palms touch. And then exhale, bring the hands down to heart center in front of the chest. And then take a moment here to maybe set an intention for the class. What do you need from this practice? What do I need to work on? What do I need to work through? What is it that's holding me back from fulfilling my full potential? Blink open those eyes. Take another inhale breath here. And then as you exhale, interlace the fingers and reach the palms forwards. Dome the back, so protract the shoulder blades, give the insides of the wrists a nice deep stretch. And then keeping those hands interlaced, inhale, reach the hands to the ceiling. Maybe lean back and look up. Get nice and long through the sides of the waist. And then release the hands down behind the lower back. Interlace the fingers the other way so the knuckles draw down towards the floor. And then inhale, reach those knuckles down, pull the chest up, look up to the ceiling. Feel those collarbones start to broaden. And then bring the hands back to heart center. And now let's move through that same sequence as we start to establish our vinyasa by connecting breath to movement. Take an inhale here with hands at heart center. And then exhale, interlace the fingers, reach the palms forwards. Inhale, pull the palms up. Exhale, release the hands down behind the lower back. Inhale, pull the knuckles down to the ground. Gaze comes up to the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Take an inhale here, then one more time. Exhale, interlace the fingers, reach the palms forwards. Inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, hands behind the lower back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, knuckles low, chest high. Exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Take one more inhale here. And then let's make our way into a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips high, drop the head, and then begin to move around in any way that feels good, listening into the body, checking in, sussing things out. Another day, another downward facing dog. So work with what you've got today. Maybe pedal out those heels left and right, move the hips around. And then begin to find stillness. Spread those fingers nice and wide, push into the shoulders, reach the hips back. Keep a slight bend in the knees for now. We're super early in the practice, so we have plenty of times to go deeper. Take another inhale here as you pull those hips back as far as you can. Allow the chest to draw through the shoulders. And then exhale, walk the feet forwards in between the hands for a forward fold at the front of the yoga mat. Let the upper body be heavy. Maybe grab onto the elbows with the hands. Gradually start to straighten those legs. And then release the hands down to the ground. Inhale, come onto the fingertips, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more times. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dissolve. Inhale, circle the hands all the way up to the sky. Anchor down through those heels, reach those fingertips up. Just trying to imagine that you're separating each and every vertebrae away from each other, creating as much length in the spine as you can. Maybe lean back and look up. And then exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And then as you inhale, reach the hands away from you, lean back, look to the sky. Spread the palms nice and wide, feel that chest open up. And then exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. 2 more times. Inhale, reach the hands, lean back. Exhale, gather that energy. Inhale for expansion. Exhale for consolidation. Inhale, circle the hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come onto the fingertips. Exhale, step back into a downward facing dog. And then inhale, lift the left leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw the left knee to the chest. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Hold here for a moment, engage the core. And then place the foot outside the left hand for a lizard pose. And feel free to move around Gradually just dissolving into those hips, eroding the tension away. I always enjoy to bounce the hips up and down in this pose just to get into those deep tissues, the microfibers. But wherever you are, let's make our way back into that lizard pose. Find stillness, and then inhale, reach the left fingertips up to the sky for an easy twist. Keep on drawing those hips together, pull the left hand back, encourage that subtle rotation in the torso. And then exhale, pivot the toes to the right, Skandasana to the back of the yoga mat, squat down into the right leg. Maybe lift that heel up, maybe keep the heel down on the ground. And how about a nice stretch for all those muscles along the back line of that left leg. Now let's take an inhale here in Skandasana. And then exhale, move to the front of the yoga mat, place the right hand down inside the left foot. Inhale, side plank on the right. Engage the right side body. Lift the left fingertips up to the sky. Take one more inhale here. Maybe pull that left hand back. And then exhale, left hand down to the ground for plank pose. Inhale, come onto the toes, shift the weight forwards. Exhale, slowly lower down to the ground, chaturanga. Inhale, untuck the toes, lift the chest, baby cobra. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Reach those toes back, offer the heart forwards. Engage the glutes. And then exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips to the sky. Beautiful work, everybody. On your next inhale, right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Hold here. Flex the right toes, squeeze the core. And then place the right foot outside the hand. So we make our way into a lizard pose on the opposite side. Feeling free to move around in any way that feels good. Dissolve. Erode that tension away in the hips. Slow down any movement. Let's make our way back into a lizard. And then inhale, float the right fingertips up to the sky. Subtle rotation within that torso. A nice easy twist. Pull that right hand back as you inhale. Keep on squeezing those hips together. And then pivot the toes to the left. Skandasana to the back of the yoga mat. Squat down into the left leg. Taking whichever variation that feels comfortable for you. Breathe into all those muscles along the back of the right leg, the hamstring, the glute. Maybe you feel this in the calf. Keep on pointing those right toes towards you to keep the knee safe. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, move to the front of the yoga mat. Left hand down, side plank on the left. Stack the feet on top of each other. Right fingertips all the way up to the sky. Take an inhale here, pull that right hand back if you want. Squeeze that left side body. And then exhale, gracefully, right hand down to the ground, plank pose. Inhale, shoulders forwards. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Engage the glutes, reach the toes back. Maybe come into an upward facing dog. And then exhale for a downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. And then exhale out the mouth. Okay, now we're going to take that same sequence and turn it into a dynamic flow. So one breath, one movement. So take an inhale here, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left foot outside of left hand. Inhale, left fingertips up to the sky, rotate. Exhale, Skandasana to the right. Take an inhale here, hold. And then exhale, move forwards. Inhale, side plank on the right. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, shoulders forwards. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, send the hips to the sky. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, right foot outside of right hand. Inhale, easy twist. Reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, Skandasana to the back of the yoga mat. Bend that left knee. Take an inhale here. Exhale, move forwards, left hand down. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, shoulders forwards. Exhale, bend the arms. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful work, everybody. We're going to move through that same sequence one more time, but we're going to add a couple of extra poses. So stay with me. Let's get nice and creative in this yoga flow. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left foot outside of left hand. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Exhale, Skandasana to the right. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, move forwards. Inhale, side plank on the right. Hold here. Grip into the yoga mat with those right fingertips. Push into that right shoulder. Step that right foot behind the left. And then turn yourself upside down. Let's make our way into a wild thing pose. Reach the left fingertips forwards. Lift the hips high, engage those glutes. Take an inhale here. Exhale, draw the left knee to the left armpit. Gaze comes down to the inside of the right hand. And then inhale, place the left foot down inside the right hand. Half moon balancing pose on the left leg. Reach those right fingertips all the way up to the sky. That's a fun transition, right? Let's take one more inhale here, half moon pose. Bend the left knee slightly. Exhale, step the right foot back. Inhale, reverse warrior, left fingertips to the back of the space. Exhale, side angle pose, left hand outside left foot. Reach the right hand up to the sky. Take an inhale here, pull that right hand back. And then exhale, maybe straighten that left leg. Maybe grab yourself a yoga block to put beneath the left fingertips. Feel that nice deep stretch along the left side of the leg and the right side of the body. Maybe reach the right hand forwards. And then as you inhale, warrior two, hands to shoulder height, gaze comes over the left middle finger. And then just notice everything that's changing, everything that's happening within the body. The body's starting to heat up, the muscles might be starting to fatigue, but one thing remains the same, and that's your breath, gently moving in and out through the nose. Nice work, everybody. Straighten that left leg. Turn the left toes to the right side of the yoga mat, so both of the toes are facing the long edge of the mat. Take an inhale here, pull the chest up nice and tall, and then exhale, forward fold for a standing straddle, forward fold. Maybe bring those elbows down to the ground. Turn the toes in slightly, the heels out, and just breathe into the back line of the body. Maybe you lost track of that steady breath during that last segment of class. So whilst you're here in this deep stretch, see if you can pull that breath back inwards. Come back home, come back to center. Come back to your intention. Bring the hands beneath the shoulders. Inhale, come onto the fingertips, halfway lift. Exhale, Skandasana to the right. Squat down deep into that right hip. Hold here for a moment. I'm starting to sweat already. We're not even 15 minutes in. And then let's move forwards to the front of the yoga mat, hands down to frame the left foot, step the left foot back, but keep it lifted, so one-legged plank. And then maybe shift the weight forwards into the left hand and reach those right fingertips forwards for an awkward plank. And who knows how long we're going to hold this. If you're wondering, if you're asking that question to yourself, then guess what? You're not being present. So come back to the breath. Let's take one more inhale here. And then exhale, bring the hand down, drop the left foot down as well. Take an inhale, shift the shoulders forwards, come onto the toes. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Inhale for a cobra. Exhale to a downward facing dog. Send those hips to the sky. Take a huge inhale through the nose. And then exhale out the mouth, let it go. And then we'll move for that same sequence on the opposite side one more time, and then we'll move on. So inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, draw the right knee to the chest. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, right foot outside of right hand. Inhale, gracefully float those right fingertips up to the sky. And then exhale, pivot the toes, squat down to the left, Skandasana. Inhale here, breathe into the back of that right leg. Exhale, move forwards like a ninja, place the left foot down to the ground. Inhale for a side plank on the left, hold here. Stay strong in that left shoulder. Grip into the mat with those left fingertips. And then slowly step the right foot behind the left. Turn yourself upside down, wild thing, engage the glutes. Hips up to the sky. Inhale, reach the right fingertips forwards. And then exhale, right knee to right armpit. Gaze comes down to the inside of the left hand. And then slowly place the right foot down there. And then inhale up to a half moon balancing pose on the right leg. Float the left fingertips up to the sky. Try to stack those hips on top of each other. Point the toes to the left side of the space. Take one more inhale here. Bend that right knee slightly. And then exhale, step the left foot all the way back. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right fingertips to the back of the room. Exhale, side angle pose. Right fingertips outside of the right foot. And then inhale, float the left fingertips up to the sky. Encouraging that subtle rotation within the torso. So we're getting a nice twist whilst we're in this pose. Try to keep that right knee bending just above the right ankle. And then maybe straighten that right leg. Relieve some of that tension. And give the back line of the right hamstring a beautiful stretch. Inhale, pull that left shoulder open. Maybe reach the fingertips forwards. Create that beautiful diagonal line. And then inhale, make your way to a warrior two. Hands to shoulder height. Gaze comes over that right middle finger with that razor sharp focus that's going to keep you centered and in control of everything that's channeling through you at the moment. Keeping that mind calm, just like a warrior. And if that right leg starts to talk to you, if the shoulders start to talk to you, just keep on pulling that breath deep, focusing on this inhale, focusing on this exhale. Let's take one more inhale breath here. Straighten that right leg. Turn the right toes to face the long edge of the yoga mat. Inhale, lean back, look up, reach those palms away. Exhale, dissolve. Drop the upper body down towards the floor. Maybe bring those elbows down to the ground. As we make our way into a standing straddle, forward fold. Maybe close down the eyes. come back to that breath. If you had the eyes closed, blink them open. Bring the hands beneath the shoulders. Inhale, come onto the fingertips. Exhale, bend down into that left leg, Skandasana. Let's hold here for a moment. Maybe drop the left heel down to the ground. Maybe reach that right arm up to the sky. Wherever you are, take one more inhale. And then exhale, move to the front of the yoga mat. Turn the right toes to face the front, hands down to frame the right foot. Inhale, step the right foot back, but keep it lifted. And you guessed it, awkward plank, reach the left fingertips forwards. Find that balance, that stability within the core. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1.5, 1.25, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Left hand down, right foot down. Got you there, didn't I? Inhale, shift the shoulders forwards. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a huge inhale through the nose. Fill those lungs up. And then exhale out the mouth. Just let it all go. And you might be pleased to know that this is going to be our last downward facing dog of the practice. So really sink in. Reach those hips back. Push into those palms. Spread those fingers nice and wide. And then we're going to meet in a deep squat at the front of the yoga mat. And how you choose to get there is completely up to you. You can walk the feet forwards, you can jump, you can play around with handstands. Either way, just make sure you're being safe within your transitions. So take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, make your way to the front. Somehow my microphone wire ended up on top of my head then, but it's all good. So here we are in a deep squat. Turn those toes out, the heels in. Bring the hands together. Push those elbows into the inner thighs. Lift the chest up nice and tall. And come back to the breath. Okay, so before we come down onto our yoga mat, let's have a little bit more fun. Narrow the stance of the squat. We're going to make our way into a toe balancing pose, so either using the hands or without using the hands. Start to come onto the toes, open the hips up, try and sit the glutes on top of the heels, and then bring those hands down to the knees, and then maybe bring the hands to heart center. Just focusing at one point in front of you, giving the feet and the toes a little bit of love. The most loyal servants that we ever had. And if you really want to level this up, maybe try closing down the eyes. And it becomes a whole lot more difficult. Beautiful, wherever you are. Let's take about 2 more breaths. And then slowly lower the hips all the way down to the ground. Open the legs into a nice wide stance. We're going to make our way into a seated straddle forward fold. But make sure your foundation here is good, so find a comfortable stance in the legs. Point the toes inwards towards the knees, just to keep those knees that little bit more safe. Sit up nice and tall, maybe take an inhale, reach the hands up. Get nice and long through the sides of the waists. And then as you exhale, begin to fold forwards and down, trying to bring that chest as close to the ground as you can, gently approaching your edge within this pose. And then once you find that edge, drop the hands down to the ground, close down the eyes, and try to relax those inner hips. With each inhale, find a bit more length through the spine. And with each exhale, slowly allow that chest to draw closer towards the floor. Just gentle, subtle touches, executed with tenderness and care, compassion and love. Giving the body exactly what it needs in this exact moment. So the last half hour or so of this class has been dynamic, and this next portion of the class is going to be static, so we're going to be holding these poses for a longer duration, really sinking into these poses, relaxing those deep tissues so that we can gently prepare ourselves for some breath work and a guided meditation. If you had those eyes closed, blink them open. And then slowly walk the hands back towards the hips. Sit up nice and tall. Bring the hands beneath the knees. And then just gently guide those knees back up. Take a moment here to flick the feet out, almost like you're trying to kick off your flip-flops or your sandals or your slippers, just to get that blood flow going back into the legs. From here, staff pose, Dandasana. Reach the feet forwards. Keep the palms on the ground. Take an inhale, lift the chest up. And then exhale, shift the hips forwards. Let's slowly make our way down onto our backs. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. And then figure four pose. So cross that left ankle on top of the right thigh. Reach through the gap within the legs, grab onto the right shin. Flex those left toes. And gently start to pull that right leg in towards the chest. Maybe drop the head down on the ground. Feel this stretch within that left hip and the left glutes. And then from here, keeping the legs in this position, release the right shin, drop the right foot down to the ground, grab onto the left foot, reach the left hand away from you, left shoulder glues to the floor, and then slowly guide that left foot down to the right. Maybe you can bring the bottom of the left foot all the way down to the ground as we make our way into a nice twist. Just giving the whole left side of the torso a nice deep stretch. Just giving the whole left side of the torso a nice deep stretch. Let's take one more inhale here. And then bring the knees back into the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. And then figure four on the opposite side. Right ankle crosses on top of the left thigh. Reach through the gap in the legs, grab onto that left shin, and begin to draw that left leg in towards the chest, whilst keeping that right hip anchored down to the floor. Release the left shin, drop the left foot down to the ground, reach the right hand over to the right shoulder touches the floor, and then slowly guide the bottom of that right foot down to the left as we initiate the twist. Adjust in any way to find comfort here in this beautiful twist. Keep the breath channeling in and out through the nose, breathing into that space that you've created within the body. Maybe take the left hand and push into that right knee just to encourage a bit more length. Let's draw those knees back into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze, and then slowly start to rock forwards and backwards. Create some momentum. And then we're going to make our way into a comfortable seat at the top of the mat, cross the legs. You can stay facing forwards, but I'm going to rotate on my yoga mat so you can see me. And then feel free to go and grab a pillow or maybe a bolster. Just something you can sit on to make yourself more comfortable. And then we're going to close off today's practice with another breathing exercise. This time we're going to do Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. But we're going to do it using that same pause breath technique that we used at the start of practice. And just a quick breakdown of Nadi Shodhana. If you're new to this style of breathing, you're going to take the first two fingers of your right hand, place them in between your brow on your third eye, and you're going to use the thumb to close down the right nostril and the ring finger to close down the left nostril. So when you're ready, find your way into a nice comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall, and then place the first two fingers up on top of your brow. All together, let's take a huge inhale through the nose, fill the lungs all the way up to capacity. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. And then close down the right nostril with the thumb. Take an inhale through the left nostril for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Close down the left nostril. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the right nostril. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right nostril. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close down the right nostril. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the left nostril. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the left nostril. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close down the left nostril. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the right nostril. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right nostril. 4, 3, 2, 1. Close down the right nostril. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the left nostril. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the left nostril. And then just continue at your own pace. Maybe you feel comfortable enough to add an extra second to the count, maybe an extra 2 seconds. And if you feel any kind of discomfort, just reduce the count. Keep the mind focused on the breath. And that way, by focusing on the breath, you can truly allow your mind to be clear. Okay, wherever you are, let your next exhale breath out the left nostril be your last in this breathing technique. And once you exhale all that breath out the left nostril, just take a huge inhale through the nose, release the right hand from the head, fill those lungs all the way up to the top. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. And now close down the eyes if you haven't already. Make sure you're still in a nice comfortable seat. Try and find some place between alertness and comfort, so you can be relaxed in this seated position, but at the same time you're holding that chest up high. A slight bow in the head to embody that benevolent quality of nobility. And then let go of controlling the breath. Allow the breath to just channel in and out through the nose at its natural pace. Start to observe the breath. This incredible mechanism that keeps us ticking along through this crazy journey that we call life. That's so easy to take for granted, when in reality, without this breath, without this incredible mechanism, then life would cease to exist. The transfer of energy would simply stop. Allow your mind to be clear. And if the mind starts to wander, which is completely normal, it happens to me all the time when I'm trying to meditate, you just come back to the breath. This inhale and this exhale. Although we did a pretty physical and demanding practice today, the reality is that this is probably the most difficult part of the class. It might look cool to be able to do handstands and slick arm balances or make your way into a full split, but being able to develop the skill to be able to just sit here in stillness without becoming agitated, without becoming distracted, is truly one of the most difficult parts of yoga, but also probably the most important part. really live in a world now of constant distractions. It's really difficult to be bored these days because we constantly have something to distract ourselves with. We have a phone directly attached to us most of the time. So we never really get the opportunity to just be still and be completely undistracted. Which is why these moments of internal reflection, of stillness and peace and quiet are so, so important. Okay, everybody, in about 30 seconds time, I'm going to bring this practice to a close. But feel free to stay here for another 5 or 10 minutes, as long as you want. Enjoy this meditation. But for now, that's it from me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, Namaste.